Hello, welcome to Chur, a Swiss mountain town. This is my mom. We just took the train from Zurich. We're not here to ride another SBB train. We're here to ride the Chur or the Chur Arosa railway line, the light rail line that goes up the Alps. So here's some history, and I'll see you getting on board on track 2. So, before we start the history section, quickly, why do I think that this is a light rail line? Well, the main reason is because it doesn't use normal locomotive-hauled trains, rather using EMUs that often have extra passenger cars attached. If you disagree with me, though, feel free to yell at me in the comments. I know that this is quite a hot take. Anyway, time for the history. The history of the Chur Arosa Railway starts in the mid-1890s, when the then recently built Schenfigstrasse, a road connecting the market town of Chur to the luxury spa town of Arosa high up in the Swiss Alps, was becoming dangerously overcrowded. In 1901, a local doctor applied for a permit to build a railway line, but his death in June of that year meant that construction did not start. In 1903, other local leaders applied for a new permit to build a similar route, and planning soon started for how to construct this line. This had many challenges, the main one being that the route almost entirely paralleled the extremely steep cliffs of the Plesser River's Schenfig Valley. The debate over the line's route was intense, and it took until July of 1911 to settle on the current route. Construction began in August of 1912, but further route modifications meant construction delays, and in November 1913, the partially constructed Dorfbach Bridge collapsed, further contributing to delays. However, in a classic feat of incredible Swiss engineering, the line managed to open in December of 1914, taking only 2.5 years to build. The railway was almost an instant success, bringing passengers up the mountain to Arosa with stunning views along the way. By the mid-1940s, however, the line had begun to struggle, owing mostly to the Great Depression, and in 1942, the Chur Arosa Railway Company was bought out by the Rhaetian Railway, a growing consortium of railways in southeastern Switzerland. Over the next 3 decades, many modernizations were made, including new substations, increased protection against the ever-present risk of avalanches, the introduction of a push-pull operation, and the implementation of a modern signal system. In 1988, the historic tramway section of the line in the center of Chur's Old Town was proposed to be replaced with a tunnel under the downtown. But funding troubles meant that this never happened. In 1997, however, the line received a new electrification system, bringing it from the old and extremely uncommon 2400 volts DC to a more modern 11 kilovolts AC. Since then, the line has continued to be a wonderful oddity in the Swiss rail network, and probably the most scenic train line I have ever ridden, bar none. So now, let's go enjoy that incredible scenery with a decent portion of foamering along the way. Okay, hello, we're on board. We're in one of the table seats. Annoyingly, that train appears to be one of the EMU units. This train is not. There's a locomotive at the front. We are in what appears to be like a light rail-esque cab car, but it's the modern car with nice windows, and there are a bunch of actual characters back there. So it is slightly annoying, but I guess you get what you get, and I'm surely sure that this train is a light rail train that will that we will take, because it should be the next departure out. It is annoying though, because I did read that they attached extra carriages during the summer, but I assume that they attached it to the EMU, to the light rail train, not to a locomotive. I guess I should have thought about that. But anyway, this is still a tram train. We do still run in the street, just a tram train. That's cool. And yeah, so right here, I don't know if my phone. We're right here at Chur, and we're gonna go to Langwies, which is the home of the Langwieser Viaduct, and then we're gonna explore Langwies for a bit, then head to Arosa, and then head back to Chur. So yeah, that's our plan, and I'll see you as we leave Chur. We're heading to Chur. As you can maybe kind of see, we are on a tramway, and also we moved to the older cars because they have the best feature of any rail vehicle: openable windows. So yeah, you can see we run on a tramway through here. And this arguably is even cooler than a light rail line that runs up the Alps, because this is just objectively a tram train. You cannot say that the rest of the line is not heavy rail and this is not light rail. So yeah, we're on a tram train now, which makes me very happy because I love tram trains. I don't actually know if I would classify the runs with the normal light rail vehicles as tram trains, but this is a tram train. We are running in the middle of history, and we don't for the trip, and we're with heavy rail equipment. So this is great. Right now we're just running through Chur, but the scene is also about to get really great. So yeah, I'll see you as we head through the rest of Chur, I guess. All right, we have left Chur. We're on our own run. We're heading uphill. This is a normal adhesion railway. There's no racks. There's no they are just built well. It's been modernized and renovated, but one thing I like is that most of the tunnels aren't full tunnels. They're just the ones with rock slide protection. But you still get the great views. So yeah, we're still going uphill. And here's a real tunnel. But yeah, very cool, very fun, and the views just keep getting better. All right, enough yapping. Here's a scenery time lapse, and I'll see you at Langwies. Thank you, danke. Welcome to Langwies. So it's a cute little station building, quite a lot of office. And we're just gonna wait for this train to leave. Then we're going to walk to the reason that we came here, which is a very, very cool reason. So for some reason my audio was being weird in this clip, but the reason we came to Langwies was for the Langwieser Viaduct, which I did tease earlier. However, what I didn't tease is just how incredible it is. So now let's cut to me and my mom in a field walking over to go film a train crossing the Langwieser Viaduct. Okay, we are down the field bit. My mom's here as well. There's a sculpture here, which is cool, and there's the amazing viaduct. So yeah, annoyingly, I wanted to get like a cool shot from out there, but a guy started yelling at us. I think it's private property. I thought Switch had a right to roam, but apparently that does apply here. But yeah, we can still film from here, and the train's in like two minutes. Let's get filming. So, we came up the mountain from the train, and we came upon this, a cheese farm, and also, cheese farm, a goat farm, and also the stand selling cheese and syrup and water. Very great, and the best way is you pay using an honor box. I love it. So this is the church in Langwies. It's beautiful. So I'm not about to be that kind of idiot who films the inside of a church while there are people in there, but I did take this picture, and it really was beautiful. On the theme of beauty, we walked back down towards the train station, feasting our eyes on the mountain views, and soon enough, a train came to whisk us further up the line and further up the Alps to Arosa. Alright, we're back on board. Again, this train is not running one of the light rail SQ units, but it's still fun, and we've got the open window. The conductor on the last train told us to close it, but no one's told us so yet, so we're gonna keep it open until someone tells us. Yeah, there's the viaduct, and now cut to a clip of us crossing the viaduct. So we're stopped at Litsuruti, which is the cute small town. There's a beautiful mountain back that way. The scenery on this line is so amazing and so perfect. It almost seems like it's not earthly. Like my mom just said that she thought it looked like it was out of a painting at times, and I agree. So yeah, leads to, and really his whole line is just beautiful and amazing. And that doesn't even consider the fact that it's a tram train, which is cool transit-wise. So it's cool transit-wise, it's cool natural-wise, it's cool because it's very uniquely and quintessentially Swiss. I love it. So yeah, we'll keep heading up the mountain, and I'll see you as we approach Arosa. And we're pulling into Arosa now. So the open windows have been fun. We have about 40 minutes here. So see you getting off the train, and we do a little debrief before we head back. Hello, we're in front of the Obersted, a lake just in front of Arosa station. Arosa is very much like a mountain town. We're gonna go explore the little downtown in a bit, but that was an amazing ride, right?
Yeah, it really was.
I mean, I think it was some really out to this world scenery, and it was so uniquely Swiss. Like a train line like this would be closed in the 30s in the States, but it's great that it still goes. What are your thoughts as a non-transit nerd?
It just seems like, postcards that are colored, are created, by paintings or, other ways. It just doesn't seem real. It seems like it's created from a painting or a postcard, but it's actually the real deal. It's hard to believe it.
Yeah, that's a great way of putting it. So, yeah, now we're gonna go explore Arosa and gawk at the Swiss mountain prices. I'll see you back here as we head back down to Chur. Alright, we're back on the platform. One cool thing is that despite this not running the light rail unit, it does have this locomotive. It's got all the open window cars, and also a designated bike car, which is interesting because I feel like that should be a thing that's normal on mounted trains, but on the opposite railways that I rode on Friday, which that video probably published 2 weeks ago now, there was not a bike car. But yeah, on these trains, on right to Mont, there is a dedicated bike car. And yeah, let's hop on. I do find it fun that it's branded as the R16, like it's just a random alphanumeric name, not at all indicative of how amazing this train is. So yeah, let's hop back aboard and head back down the mountain. So we headed down the mountain, past some incredible scenery, which is passing now, and I think I'm just gonna use this extra scenery to just give you my thoughts on this line. So, as I hope has become very, very, very clear by now, I love it. I love it. It is amazing, and the fact that it's not only still here, but it's still cared for so much is great. And as I said in the clip at Arosa, it's so Swiss. But I think on top of that, and we saw this a bit at Langwies, is that with the exception of Arosa, it's not really oriented towards the tourist market. Like, yes, there is the tourist contingent, but it's not really a tourist train like the Jungfraubahn and like the Berlin Express. It's more an actual mountain railway that goes into the Alps and yet serves these like little tiny alpine villages with transit access. And frankly, that's what I think makes it so special and so great. And so yeah, Switzerland is amazing. This line is so very Swiss, and yeah. After getting off this train, we went into downtown Chur, and I had the traditional dish of the Grisons canton, which is called Maluns. It was really good and really tasty. So yeah, that was the Chur Arosa Railway. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next week. Bye bye.